sponsors, OSC 1F Pro, for putting in the money to help us increase the prize pool. Instead of a normal gold and silver prizes, we actually have a bronze prize, and I'll go to whoever loses this goes on to third place to try to fight against Patience. But in the meantime, let's jump into this. This is the finals match. This is the best of 5, ladies and gentlemen, spawning in our right position. It is our red Terran player. It is Byun. And I have fixed how to do my little wheels. And spawning in the top left position from Dopen, or how we pronounce that, it is Alive. And I've been super excited to see the Korean players that we've seen so far on this. The guys have been doing such a good job with these events and all that. And the top 4, we have Alive, Byun, Patience, and Solar. I mean, we just have so many top 4 players. That's just been an amazing game so far, and just absolute crazy good control. And so I'm interested to see, especially on this level, what's going to be the difference. What's going to make Byun come out ahead versus, or what's going to make Alive come out ahead. I mean, these guys are both Terran players. It is a best of 5. And, already we see it's a completely different build. It's Alive going for factory first, kind of doing the wall thing. And then Byun went with the command center first and doing a factory. And not doing a wall at all. So, a little bit different builds from either player right now, and it's interesting to see what they're going to do. Wait. Is that who I think it is? Anyways, don't know if anyone found him. Okay, so here comes. Sorry guys, I'm being distracted by chat real quick. Big price, I should probably minimize that. Byun kind of playing it safe at the moment. He's gonna have the Cyclone, a couple Marines. Nice, Robert. Alright, cool. This Reaper's coming in. He's going to try to be as annoying as possible, but I don't know if he's going to be able to I don't know if he saw that medevac's going across the map. Have you ever seen a Cyclone fly? And that Reaper's just being super annoying, but here comes a big drop coming down from Alive. Alive's going to do everything he can to get this drop going. Byun sees it, but it might be a little too late. Widowmine's going in place, and a couple Marines. Oh, it was such a good job preventing that Widowmine from that Widowmine prevented it from going off, just completely unburrowed it, and he's going to move on to this matchup down here. It's going to be the mineral line down here. The Widowmine's doing every scan to try to get close. He's going to try to burrow again, and here comes this Widowmine's trying to lock onto something to get a Cyclone coming in. Here it comes Widowmine. Oh, landing on this one SUV and cleaning up the rest of the Marines here. So far, I got a drone kill. We got an SCV kill plus a couple Marines. But this Widowmine is still here. I mean, it hasn't been cleared out yet. I don't think Byun's realizing. Okay, there we go. Byun's does the scan, clear it out. And Byun's kind of settling up here, but behind all this, Alive takes his second base, and Byun's already had it, so was able to hold off pretty well. And we'll see what he kind of does with it. Looks like he's going to try to go for some Marine tank play again. The TVT always eludes me on what exactly what needs to happen with it. If I can kind of just come in and poke it around, see what they can do, but this is going to be an interesting set of plays. I wonder if it's going to pay off for him. I haven't really seen this happen in a very long time. or originally was Banshees, but since that Viking came in, they changed it up to Ravens, and Ravens have been super annoying lately since with the turret rework. A couple Ravens coming in are going to, it does more damage but less amount of time, but it's a stupid amount of damage how much it does now. And here comes a big drop from Byun. Byun's going to come in, and I wonder if Dope's going to see it by taking over this dirt. By taking it over, he sees it. Oh, what a great play from both players. He takes over the Naga Tower at the very last moment to see this drop coming in, but it might be a little too late. Tanks coming in on top of this. I mean, there's so many tanks involved here. And these tanks are just going to rain down some terror onto this. The Raven's coming in. Look, going to drop a turret right in the middle of it. It's going to do so much damage. That turret's going to take out that tank. Oh my gosh, that turret took out that tank. And that last two tanks taking out this one, and then here comes the end of that drop from Byun. But Byun's still doing a great job trying to clear out this, base a little bit too, as much as he can in terms of SCV damage. Just doing a little bit more, focus down the last little bit of tanks or SCV because he knows he's going to lose them all with that tank. Gets 11 kills for it, and then drops down even more. Here he's going to try to clear this out. Raven's going to come down. May drop a turret, may not. SUV's coming in to join the fight. 12 kills total. I mean, like I said before, Byun was on two bases that entire time, and Alive only just recently took that second base. So losing out on the drawn kills and that mine time is just really crucial, and Byun needs to exploit it even more. We see him getting more Vikings and more tanks with this army to try to push on forward and try to just prevent those Ravens and Vikings from getting to a super high amount. Starport switches over to Reactor. From this Reactor, he's probably going to try to pump out either more Vikings or more Medivacs. And what he does is gets more Vikings for it. Sure, 4 Vikings coming across the map for Byun. Byun looks like he's just going to try to focus on what he can and possibly take out the Raven. And the Raven is what he really wants to take out because he doesn't want those turrets to affect him anymore, because those turrets are just so damn strong. Vikings going all the way back just in case there might be a drop. But here's a Viking with a lot of energy left on. There's a couple tanks in great positioning. Gets the high ground vision with the scan. And this Alive is moving around with this Raven. He might just drop a turret here and get a lot of SCV kills. Actually going to push up all the way to the front. Look at this. This turret's going to get so many kills. It's actually not going to count it. Oh, maybe not. And this is a super annoying. Getting the high ground vision. But look at all the Vikings that are here to play now. With this army, the Raven's doing more damage. Going to drop a turret here. Going to get a lot more kills. 1 kill, 2 kill, 3 kills, 4 kills. This turret's doing so much damage now, but Byun's doing a great job of kind of sieging Alive into this, base. And behind it, look what's happening. Byun's going to send this Doom drop. 3 medevacs full of Marines and tanks to what is going to be into Byun's base. And here he comes. He's going to come in. The Vikings completely missed it. Was unable to get any kind of good vision on top of it. And he's going to start just destroying the production line of this, focusing down the Vikings and getting rid of it. There's a couple more Vikings here. Marines are coming into play at the same time. And there's nothing but tanks here. Tanks getting... GG gets called, and Byun takes game number 1 against Alive. Great plays from both players. And Byun takes game number 1 in this best of 5 series. And thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. And I appreciate, Divine, that you're cruising in. Sorry to hear about your departure, but it's great that you're coming in and supporting this. This is awesome, and I truly appreciate it. Let's see what else is going on. Alright, so guys, we're going to be jumping into game number 2. Let's see what maps these guys decide to play. Like I said, it's Byun and Alive, these high-level Korean players. After this, guys, we'll be jumping into the third place spot as well. Sorry guys, we're just trying to get this games going. There we go. No game heart. Let's see if he'll remake it for me. If he doesn't, then we're just going to be playing without the game heart. Oh, looks like he is going to switch it up. Yay! Good guy. And, yeah, there's Jordan. Jordan versus Alive. That'll be a little fun to watch. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out with me for the past couple. It's been 4 hours. This is the ESL Cup number 100. It's the first cup of 2017, and it's for the grand prize of $150. And that since we increased the price, but we're going to let third place get some prizes. So we're going to be casting those matches after this final. So this is the final matchup, guys. This is Alive versus Byun, the best of 5 series. Byun is currently up, so let's jump into the matchup here momentarily. Appreciate you guys, everyone that's been tuning in so far. It's been amazing to see everything, and you guys are awesome. Let's see here. Awesome. Gauntlet guys are up almost to 400. That's awesome. Damn, Gauntlet's almost up to 600. That is freaking phenomenal. I love that so much, guys, that you guys are on that. Alright, guys, let's get into it. Byun is the one that's up, so it's control. There we go. Alright, guys, sorry about that. Just playing around with the sound a little bit. Also have my zoom thingy. So let's get it going, guys. Spawning in the top left position is the red Terran player. He is down a game. It is Byun. Or wow, it is Alive. It is late. And spawning in the bottom right position, it is our blue Terran player. It is Byun. So now we're playing on a little bit of a bigger map, guys. We're playing on Echo. And I'm going to be interested to see if Byun's going to try to do his little Viking play with his drops and kind of split up the army that he was doing in the previous matchup. It's going to be hard to say. Both players are very methodical with their builds, and they kind of do the same builds on the same map each time. And so we'll see what he's going to be able to do. We'll see what Alive tries to do to answer. And there goes my camera freaking out. So I'm going to be interested to see what Byun, or excuse me, Alive has to do to stop what's going on, and or to take a game off of Byun and get it to a 1-1 series. Like I said, this is the best of 5, so it's first one to 3. We'll take home the cheese. We'll take home the first place prize, and of course, second and third place gets prizes, but everyone wants the grand prize. Not to mention, guys, this is for OSC points, provided by Maturio and OSC, of course, and 1F Pro for putting up the money. We appreciate this. Reaper kind of floating around, making sure there's no barracks, no proxies, no anything funky or weird. And so far, nothing. It looks like Alive is just going to try to go as quickly as possible into Widow Mines. And surprisingly enough, Byun is doing a very similar build with trying to get a quick starport out. But instead of going Widow Mines, he's actually going to go Cyclones. So maybe he's going to try to work out a drop with his Cyclone. But 2 Reapers are going to come across the map, and they're going to see, they're going to jump in here and see the matchup. They're going to see what is going on. This Widow Mine is in a perfect position. The Reaper is going to go up, take a quick peek, try to get that Reaper out. But there's 2 Reapers and a Cyclone with this. I mean, this is a lot of damage going to be coming out here for Byun here in a second. And I don't think he realized that there was a Widowmine there yet. And he's going to right now. But it lands on top of the Cyclone, which is great. Doesn't hit the Reaper, which is a great thing for Byun. But now Byun saw the medevac with that scan. Oh, V is what I'm looking for. I saw that medevac with that scan, so he knows something's coming. So he's getting in position. He's going to make another. He's going to make a Raven for the turrets, and we'll see what happens with this. Cyclone's going to come in at the front, and Alive is going to try to push in through on the back hand side and get as much damage as he can. Here comes the Cyclone. Cyclone doing all the damage he can to the front of this base. But the Marines get dropped here in the back, and it's going to get cleaned up pretty quickly. And the Cyclone locks onto the medevac, but doesn't do as much damage as you originally would like to. Here comes a Liberator. Try to siege up this the second base of Byun. Try to do some damage to Byun's base, but Byun's kind of pulling ahead here. He's finishing up his second base. He's getting more units out. He's getting another Raven out, getting a couple more Marines out. And Alive just doesn't have it. He's got a couple tanks, great, but it's not exactly what he needs. Chocolatey goodness. Sorry guys, I'm drinking some hot chocolate because it's freaking 10 degrees out right now. And here comes 2 big drops for Byun. But look at the Liberators, and Liberation mode's going to land right on top of the Cyclone. And he gets the Cyclone, and it's going to get the Reaper kill as well. But Byun does not see this drop coming at all. It's going to force this Liberator to go completely away. And it's pulling this army, if you guys, if you notice, it's pulling this army away. And Alive is going to do so much damage to Byun's army right now. He's got the tank up, a couple turrets are going to drop, going to do a lot of damage to these Marines, but look at it, it's going to force them to pull back all the way. There's really nothing left here for Byun. Byun is just going to be completely crippled from this. He may get this tank in a good position, forcing this army back. But that's 13 SUV kills, 17 SUV kills on top of this, and it's so much damage. That Cyclone just did so much damage. And look at it. There's a Marine and a tank left, and that's what's it. Or there's a Marine and a Cyclone left, and that's basically what's it. Micro the Cyclone up. So much damage done to Byun from that, and that was just absolutely incredible. But at the same time, Alive didn't really produce anything behind this. He didn't make more units. He doesn't have another army coming, and Byun has a couple tanks and a couple Marines with this, and we'll see what he does with it, building another barracks and a couple Ravens. It's going to drop turrets on this. It's going to be able to drop one. Gets 1 kill, which is not too bad. But these turrets do so much damage now. Even though it doesn't last as long, they do so much extra damage. And here it comes. Another turret going to come in there. I mean, this turret needs to drop, or this Raven needs to drop 2 turrets with this. And here it comes. It's going to get the one right in the middle. It's going to get a couple kills from this. 2, 3, 4, 7 kills. And here comes the Raven again on this perfect spot. I mean, it's just going to be super annoying with these Ravens going back and forth like that. And this Marine is doing nothing. Couple Vikings coming out, taking care of the rest of the Ravens. The Ravens is flying away from Byun. Here's a nice little wood mine that's going to get hit. Poor Marine. Doesn't know it hit him. Oof. Oh, that graphic looked cool though. And here we go, Byun pushing out with his army. He's got a few Marines with it. A few tanks. Getting the stem upgrade. Getting the Gauss rifle upgrade. +1 for the damage, or the tier 1 for damage. And there's tank and marines versus tank and marines. Only difference is there's medevacs with the Lives army, and they're going to completely surpass each other. The only difference is they're going to see it now. Later, the marine. Oh. So now Alive knows that there is a Widowmind coming, and his tank gets completely destroyed, and this marine. So Alive knows that there's an army coming up his base right now. And that's all he's going to be able to do. I mean, these guys are just going to be completely abandoning each other's bases. It's just going to turn into a base trade right now. I mean, there's really nothing you can do, but Byun has an army here to stop this. These Marines are going to do everything they can to stop it. And Alive's army gets completely destroyed by SUVs and these Marines. And the Vikings clear up the rest of the medevacs, and that's going to be it. I mean, it's... And GG gets caught, and Byun takes game number 2 very quickly, in that I might add. And just unfortunately, it's bad position on both players, but Alive just gets his army completely destroyed at Byun's base, and Byun was able to counter that and take the rest of the map. So that was game number 2, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to be jumping into... Holy crap. Guys. I feel like a punk for saying it, but game art, please. Thank you. Game art is just like awesome. Absolutely awesome. Hopefully we'll get... Phew. That looked cool. Entering the lobby, guys. Yeah, here we go, 2v2. Such a sick mug that my wife got me for Christmas. And it's normally black, but when there's hot liquid in it, it heats up and gets that white graphic that you see. Normally you can't see that white graphic. It's pretty sick. Only when there's hot liquid in it. Alright guys, we're going to be jumping into game number 3 of this best of 5. I appreciate you guys tuning in for as long as you guys have. There we go. For as long as you guys have, it's been an amazing night so far. We want to thank ESL, OSC, and 1F Pro for putting in all the money to be able to partake in what is going on. And of course the OSC points, their tournaments are going to be starting up as well. Make sure you give them guys a follow so you keep up with everything. Guys, we're jumping into game number 3. This is match point for Byun. If Byun wins this, he takes the cookies, he takes everything. It will take $75, and then it'll force a game, or it'll take $75 and be the first place winner of the ESL Cup in 2017. So guys, thanks so much again for tuning in and sticking with everything. Alright guys, so spawning in the bottom left position, it is the red Terran player. He needs to win this game to stay alive. It is Alive. And spawning in the bottom left position, bottom right position, it is the blue Terran player who is up 2-0. It is Byun. And a pretty bold move coming out from Alive. Alive went with command center first before barracks. He wants to stay ahead and wants to put on the pressure for Byun. Wants to stay on the pressure for Byun. Byun dropping his command center now. So we'll see what our other player is going to be able to do and the different kind of builds that they're going to do. Because right now there's completely opposite builds. Nothing too cheeky coming out from either player. Byun going for his what seems to be his normal build. I mean, we've seen him do it 2 times in a row now. He goes barracks to reactor to factory, gets out a cyclone, gets out a couple of reapers, and kind of puts the harass on Alive. Alive is just now starting up his factory and is now kind of going for it. But if you look, our other players haven't scouted each other. the Reaper dance. Looks cool. And here comes a Reaper from Alive. Alive is going to scout around, and as we see, he scouts in the completely wrong direction. But at the same time, Byun hasn't been able to scout much either. Yeah, a couple Marines and a Cyclone coming out, and there's the starport coming down from Byun. Alive with the factory, gets a Cyclone out as well, follows up with the barracks of his own. And here we go, now the Reapers are going to go. You look like a young salesman. Look like a young Sandman? Compliments? Apparently I look like a young Sandman. I appreciate that compliment. And here comes the Reaper. Going to try to get into this, but he's going to hit submit with Marines, and Cyclone gets completely destroyed. Byun's Reaper is now free to run around the map and get all the scouting he wants. Couple years, because he's dreamy. Wow, you guys are incredible. Speaking of incredible, dressed up like Macklemore for a New Year's Eve party, and it was thrift shop themed. It was glorious. I won first place because I wear your granddad's clothes, and I looked incredible. Viking versus Viking. Who gets the upper hand? Byun's gonna take this. Boom. That was cool. Another Viking goes out. It's Marine and Cyclone and tanks. Oh my. No drops though. Either player's not dropping. I think they're just kind of hanging out like just more barracks on top of more barracks. Marine versus... Oh, it's Marine versus Reaper. And Byun takes that one. So far, no player is doing anything like, you know, two barracks coming out from Byun. I mean, Byun's just going to be ramping up this production here in a second. Byun and that Viking. Finally, Alive takes a unit. It's crazy how you have to like Sin City like your entire matchup when you play like with Terran. Like you just have to do so much. A Marine versus a Reaper again, and the Reaper takes it. That Reaper, man, has got 2 kills under his belt. And there's 2 Marines and a Cyclone coming. They're going to try to take over the Zelnaga Tower, see if they get it. The Cyclone comes in, thinks he's going to be going after a Reaper, but he's going to be going after a Cyclone too. Boom! And survives a Marine. Here's a Marine on Marine action. Who's going to get the kill first? My money's on the blue guy. Oh, and Byun takes the victory on that one as well. Viking comes down and going to try to go after that Marine. Pick on someone your own size. Cyclone versus this Marine. Man, Byun's just kind of winning with these like 1 versus 1 stuff. He's just there's a lot of units killed so far because of this kind of stuff. So here comes a decent sized bow army with 3 tanks and a lot of medevacs. Is coming, and they want that Zelnaga Tower. Like, they really want that Zelnaga Tower. And here it comes. There's nothing that Marine was going to be able to do about those Reapers, or nothing that Reaper was going to do about those Marines. And here comes like this like weird back and forth. Tanks are in siege modes. A recent change is that you can no longer pick up the tanks in siege mode. Personally, I think it's absolutely incredible. But that's just my personal opinion. If I can come in here, focusing down the medevacs. As we see, these Marines are not being supported by the tank. The tanks are in a great position, but Alive knows the position. So now Alive's army is kind of a little bit ahead of Byun's. Byun's going to be in an awkward position because he's going to try to push up this ramp. But as these fights happen up here in the middle, we see that Alive is trying to make a drop. At the same time, Byun is making a move, making a drop, and Alive does not know this is coming. Like at the last minute, it's going to be happening here at the base. Here it is. And just look at the stream of Marines. Doing so much. Alive is completely caught. He's not even reacting to this. He's sending his small bio army up, which is great. And a medevac does get picked off from Alive. A great pick off. Oh, look at the Marines. The Marines from Byun are going to see this is coming, and they're going to react accordingly. Now, we know, I'm assuming he saw it, but at the same time, Alive is pushing his army forward because he realizes that Byun's army is coming from the north. Here's going to be a huge drop. He's going straight. Oh, okay, I thought he was a huge drop right here in this corner, and Byun's army is pushing forward on top of Alive's base at the same time. I mean, like, this is just clearing out this base, causing Byun to lift up this base. And Byun doesn't really have that much left. I'm like, if all he has to do is just pick up his Marines in the medevac and drop on top of it. And I don't think he realizes it's going to be that simple. Oh, and these tanks are out of siege modes, and these Marines are going to do everything they can to get on top of it. And Byun is losing his tanks. I mean, he lost a lot of tanks and stemmed forwards on top of these Marines. He's going to try to get. Oh, it picks off medevac at the same time. Byun steps forward, stems all the way across, getting in front of the tanks of Alive, and doesn't take no for an inch, doesn't back down, sacrifices almost his entire army to take out almost every single one of the tanks, and he successfully does. Look at the army count. Alive is just barely ahead, but we're 10 minutes in. This is Terran versus Terran, ladies and gentlemen. This is tank versus tank, and Byun just wanted to sacrifice his entire army to get the last little bit of those tanks, and now Byun is pushing forward. He's got more tanks of his own. He's got bio of his own as well. The upgrade for the armor, the tier 2 upgrade is about to finish for our blue Terran player Byun. And here comes a drop in this backhand corner. He's going to do a decent amount of damage. Actually drops it at the third base. He wants to hinder Byun as much as he can. He gets a couple kills. 4 kills from it, and here is another drop coming from Alive and going all the way to Byun's second base. And there's so much damage in this. And again, he's just killing Byun so good with these drops. He's going to focus down that command center. He's actually going to jump on top of that tank and gets the tank kill. SUVs are coming into play, and so the Byun is just doing everything he can to survive. The tank is coming in to try to do it, and then half the drop gets pulled up all the way to here, and Alive looks like Alive is going to try to take out that mineral line as well, and Byun is just barely holding on. The Marines are here in the base, and behind all this, Alive takes his third base, and basically uncontested. The Liberator is going to come in and put in Liberation mode on that, and this is going to do so much damage. There's nothing here. Oh, here we go. Well, yeah, it got seen. But look at all, and another Liberation mode. Look at it. Gosh, let's get 6 kills on there, and look at the Marines dropping in, but the Byun's Marines were able to. He's dropping so much I can't keep up. Like, this is ridiculous. And Byun just wants to push forward. He's got the larger army count at the moment, but he just needs to push forward. He wants to push forward. And here comes Liberator, putting in Liberation mode yet again. 1, 2. 2 kills off of that. He needs to move it out of position. Byun's coming back again to have to deal with these Liberators. I mean, it's kind of the problem that Byun's dealing with at the moment. He keeps having to come back and deal with these Liberators. There's just so many involved with this. Byun pushing forward. Here comes another big drop. Byun sees it though. Oh, he's getting missile turrets up to deal with these. Byun needs, or excuse me, Alive needs to move forward and get there before that turret drops. As soon as he sees that there's a turret, he needs to get going. But Byun is pushing the offensive. He's pushing forward on top of this map. He's at Alive's door. So Alive dropping there, getting a lot of kills. Byun's not paying attention. And Byun has a huge drop here. And it's just not going to be seen in time. Alive has no idea it is coming.
Your forces are under attack.
Alive has no idea it's coming. And it is a huge drop here. And there's so much damage. And Alive needs to pull his entire army back from this as well. Looks like Byun's doing as much damage as he can, getting on as soon as they come up the ramp there. And Alive's army is getting completely decimated here. I mean, you have the tanks in the background here, and Byun takes game number 3 and wins the finals for the ESL Cup number 100, the Open. He won all the marbles. Oh, wait, where is it? There he goes. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen, for the ESL Cup number 100. That was the finals. And Byun takes it 3-0 in an incredible fashion. And that was just a lot of great plays from both players. And, Byun takes it and sends his Alive packing. Now, guys, we're going to jump into the third place. Since this is normally, guys, for the ESL Cups, it's only normally $100, but in this case we're actually going to do normally it's the ESL Cup. ESL Cups are just first place, second place, but we're actually going to switch it up. We're going to have a third place victory because we had more prize pool things to Macherno, if I'm saying that right, OSC, and F1F Pro. So stay tuned, guys. We're going to be jumping into the third place matchup. It's going to be Patience versus Solar, and we'll get those games going for you guys momentarily. So make sure you stay tuned, throw the follow, support ESL and everything else. And you guys are awesome. We'll be right back.
shit on, I'm blue. This shit brutal about shit on, I'm blue.